Social media played a large part in the success of Monty the Penguin because it spread word about the advert. Within 48 hours of Monty the Penguin's release, the advert had been mentioned over 124 times on Twitter, and over 165,000 shares on Facebook had Monty the Penguin in it. The amount of Twitter mentions during the first 48 hours alone were enough to surpass the nearest rival by 5 times. Within 48 hours of Monty the Penguin's release, it had been viewed over 29 million times. This was through TV adverts, social media, and YouTube. YouTube brought in over 800,000 views in those 48 hours, and these views were an easy way of showing that Monty the Penguin was becoming more successful and spreading around. A large amount of these views came due to the music played in the background of Monty the Penguin advert. This music was the song Real Love by Tom Odell, which went straight up to 3rd on iTunes and stayed in the top charts for 9 weeks due to this advert's success. This music kept people watching Monty the Penguin and caused many people to fall in love with it and watch it more. Now, Monty the Penguin is the 3rd most viewed John Lewis Christmas advert on YouTube, which means it is not the most successful one they have created so far. However, it was still indeed successful. The graph to the right shows the amount of sales that John Lewis increased by in 2014 soon after the Monty the Penguin advert was released. While Monty the Penguin was being advertised on TV, it gained 11,336 mentions in print, which is an astonishingly high amount. This meant that more people would hear about it and then talk about it. Soon after the release of Monty the Penguin, 65 parodies had been created which influenced and increased the views for Monty the Penguin by around 4 million. The Monty the Penguin advert gained over 2,000 signatures to the Save the Seas Life London Penguin within 48 hours of its release. The amount of people sponsoring penguins throughout the World Wildlife Fund increased by 600%. Due to the large increase in help for penguins, it is safe to say that the people enjoyed the advert, and by helping penguins out in real life, John Lewis gained more publicity. John Lewis saw a large increase in passengers over the next year due to the advert because of relationship marketing, to make people who watch this associate happiness with the feeling from the advert with the store itself. The graph in the bottom right corner shows the amount of sales that John Lewis received after Monty the Penguin's release. I designed the slides and the leaflet in a white and turquoise colour because I believed that it made them nicer to look at. The reason I did this was because John Lewis have established a bond with their target audience through the use of relationship marketing, which means that by having a nicer looking presentation and leaflet, their customers will be happier reading it. I also made the font source Code Pro, because I believe that when customers see it, they will not see it as a formal statement of information, but will see it as John Lewis telling their customers some information in a more informal and friendly way. I used Amatic SC as the font type in the titles because it makes them look more informal and friendly.